Today I'm taking you guys to Thailand and we are going to learn how to make pad see ew together. These are the ingredients we need. So here is my final product, pad see ew. Let's make this together. Okay, let's go over this real quick. I am using fermented soybean paste, Pan Thai Norasing brand. Okay, so next, oyster sauce, and here is what I am using. So you guys can use this brand, you guys can use the Thai brand, whatever you can find, and the soy sauce, and also black soy sauce. And make sure you guys get this yellow cap here. Okay, so this is what going to tint the noodles to dark brown. So here is the texture of black soy sauce. It is very popular in Southeast Asia, but it's less salty than dark soy sauce. I'm also using this fish sauce. I'm going to be using about 1 tablespoon of fish sauce just to add the umami flavor in the noodles. So this is the brand that I'm using, the 3 Crabs fish sauce. Also 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 10 cloves of garlic, and 2 eggs. So I'm using this all-natural shaved beef steak that I got for bibimbap, but I just feel like Thai food. So today I'm going to use it for pad see ew instead, which is fine. If you love chicken, use chicken. If you are vegetarian, use tofu. And if you are vegan, use imitation meat instead. So just add all the sauce. So here is my 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, and then 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Just add everything in, and then a little bit of white pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper. Next, I'm going to add brown sugar, so that 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. You guys just want to massage and marinate the meat. So next, I'm adding my fermented soybean paste. You can skip these ingredients or you can put this on later when you saute the noodles and vegetable and meat together. Okay, just marinate and leave it there. Now, let's prepare the garlic. I am going to use half of this garlic for frying the noodles and half for making the pad see ew. This is how I crush my garlic. I just pound everything so I can peel off the skin using the pesto until I get a nice texture like this. And here is my homemade flat rice noodles. I'm going to put the link down below so you can learn how to make these noodles from home. And the kailan, the Chinese broccoli I got from the farmer market last weekend. I'm going to be using about 10 stems. So just cut the broccolis into 3 inches pieces, separate leaves from stems, cut thick stems in half vertically so they're not too wide and too thick. It's easier to chew and saute. Okay, let's prepare the noodles. Just heat up the stove on a medium-high heat like that. Add 1 tablespoon of oil and wait until the oil getting a little hot. And once it gets sizzling and hot, add some garlic that we prepared earlier. I used about 4 cloves of garlic. And the reason I'm cooking the noodle first because I want to declutter the noodles from the meat and the vegetables. So here are my noodles. If you want to caramelize your noodles, this is the best way to do it separately. Saute until it gets crispy. Also, sometimes I stir fry the noodles separately with eggs and sweet soy sauce because I want to save some of the noodles for rajna or noodles with gravy sauce and lots of vegetables. I just added a little bit of soy sauce and about 2-3 tablespoons of dark sweet soy sauce. I just mix and stir fry everything like that until the noodles turn brown. Adding a lot of dark sweet soy sauce is not going to make your noodles saltier, so don't worry about it. just gonna tint the color into dark brown. And when you're happy with the noodles texture and the color, you can add about 1 tablespoon of oil, crack 2 eggs in, cook and scramble the eggs in the pan like that. Once the eggs start to cook a little bit, flip the noodles on top, scramble everything together. And at this point, the noodles and the eggs and a little bit of soy sauce and dark soy sauce already taste so good. So you can feed the kids with this noodle just fine. And then turn it off, set that aside, and then move on to the next step. Okay, now heat 1 tablespoon of oil over medium-high heat. You can use a cast iron skillet like this, or you can use a wok if you have. Add the garlic, add the oil until nice and fragrant, about 30 seconds. You can add meat and cook until the color change from red to gray or pink to white if you are using chicken. It takes a while if you are using a lot of meat, but it takes less time if you're using less meat, of course. So I want my beef to be a little bit crispy, so I just cook a little longer. Now I'm happy with the texture of the beef and the flavor. I'll give it a little try first and then adjust the flavor as I go. So here I just add the vegetables, cook until Chinese broccoli is wilted, and then you can add noodles in. You can just use fresh noodles if you don't have time to fry the noodles separately, or if you use a big wok, you can just cook everything at the same time. Okay, some people love crispy noodle like myself, some people like soft noodles, so it depends on a person. So if you love your noodles to be soft, not too chewy or crispy, add the noodles in at this point after you're done cooking vegetables and meat. Okay, so just saute everything, blend, and give it a try and see if you like the flavor and see if it's too salty or too sweet. So you add the noodles in. So I got my noodles done, cooked, nice and crispy. I got my eggs, scrambled eggs inside here. So I just mix everything. This way I don't end up breaking all my hard work noodles. So that's why I cook them separately so I can keep them looking nice and presentable. So here I got everything ready. I don't need to cook any longer because the noodles already have the color that I want, the pad see ew color, the dark brown color. So I am happy. Now I'm gonna show you guys a closer look of my pad see ew. So after tossing a few times to disperse the flavor of the meat, the noodles and vegetables, you guys can add a little bit of white pepper powder like this. I love white pepper. I told you guys, right? I use white pepper in every Asian dishes. So here is my noodles, and try it and see if you like it. Some people like the noodles a little bit more saltier, add a little bit more soy sauce. Or if you like it to be a little sweeter, add some sugar. And this is the best way to eat pad see ew, by the way. Just fresh from stove. Yeah, I just move a little closer so you can see the texture, the color of my pad see ew. So if you notice, I use the cast iron skillet for stir, frying, and sauteing a lot because I love how powerful the cast iron creates. The heat for me, it gave me the texture, the flavor, just like what I would get from street vendors or restaurants. So on a plate, add some lime if you love a little hint of sourness, and some white peppers or some chili flakes if you like, and enjoy. And here is my dog again, running around like a wild animal. So after pad see ew, it's time for a little rest, a little nap, a little rubbing from Pierce. Thank you, Pierce. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something again. I hope you give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions. Also, click like and subscribe, and happy cooking everyone.